Think about gravity. Newton didn't invent it, he identified it. The apple fell the same way before and after he named it. Positioning works the same way. Whether you understand it or not, the force of positioning shapes how people perceive your brand. The question is, are you aligned with it or are you working against it? Today, we're going to explore why positioning isn't a model you create, it's a force you observe and align with. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to harness it to make your brand indispensable. In the business world, positioning is often misunderstood. People confuse it with taglines, features, or marketing tactics. But positioning isn't about what you sell. It's about the space you own in people's minds. It's the single most powerful force in shaping market perception, pricing power, and customer loyalty. And here's the kicker. Positioning works whether you understand it or not. Just like gravity. Your job isn't to create it, it's to align with it. Let's dive into what positioning is, what it's not, and why being the only is far more powerful than being better. So let's start with what positioning is. Positioning is mental territory. Positioning isn't about products, categories, or even features. It's about owning a concept in people's minds. Take Tesla. It doesn't just sell electric cars, it owns the future of transportation. Volvo, it doesn't sell safety features, it owns safety. Positioning reflects how human minds simplify complexity. We assign meaning and create associations that drive decision making. And the brands that succeed are the ones that own a single resonant concept in our mental space. Positioning is strategic. Positioning isn't a tagline or a slogan. It's the strategic foundation for every decision your business makes. From product development to marketing to customer experience. Think of frameworks like jobs to be done or value propositions. They're tactical tools, but they only work if they're anchored in a clear positioning strategy. Without it, even the best tools fail to deliver long-term results. Positioning is identity. Your position is who you are, not just what you do or aspire to be. It's your North Star guiding every decision and ensuring consistency across all touch points. Take Patagonia. Its position as an environmental advocate is more than a marketing claim. It's in its DNA. From sustainable practices to activism, every action reinforces its identity. Positioning is authentic. Positioning isn't what you say, it's what you prove. Words might introduce your position, but actions cement it. Red Bull doesn't just claim human performance, it proves it. Extreme sports, Formula One dominance, even a man jumping from space, it's all aligned with their position. Actions matter more than claims. Positioning is a leadership decision. Here's a common misconception. Positioning is a marketing task. It's not. It's a leadership decision that defines the company's long-term direction. The CEO or founder must own the position because it shapes the entire organization, from culture to operations to communications to product strategy. Positioning is about focus. The human mind rewards simplicity. Strong positioning means saying no to opportunities that don't align with your core concept. Brands fail when they try to be everything to everyone. A singular focused position resonates far more than a scattered approach. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest myths in positioning, the idea that being better is enough. It's not. Markets don't reward being incrementally better. They reward being the only. Why better isn't enough? Because comparison dilutes clarity. When you claim to be better, you invite comparisons. Customers start weighing features, benefits, and costs, And that slows decisions and undermines loyalty. Instead, focus on solving a unique problem that makes you the only choice. Being better is temporary. Competitors can replicate or exceed your features. Better is a moving target. Example, Nokia was better in functionality, but Apple didn't aim to be better. It positioned the iPhone as the smartphone, making Nokia irrelevant. Why only wins? Human mind simplified by assigning a singular association to a category. When you're the only solution, you bypass comparisons. Example, Red Bull doesn't compete with energy drinks. It owns human performance. Customers don't compare, they choose. Pricing power. When you're the only, price becomes secondary. Customers pay a premium for your irreplaceable value. Example, Tesla charges more because it owns the future of transportation, not because of specs. Great. Now let's get into what positioning is not. Positioning is not a niche or a feature. Positioning transcends what you sell and do. It's about the larger concept you represent. Example of this, Google isn't a search engine. It is search. Its competitors fail because they don't claim this mental category. Positioning is not awareness. Awareness means people know you exist. Positioning ensures they can't ignore you. It's not about being known, it's about owning a unique mental category. Positioning is not ambition or evolution. Your product roadmap or future goals aren't your position. Positioning is about the space you own in people's minds today. Example, your product can evolve, but your position must remain consistent to retain trust. Testing your position. Ask yourself these questions to test your positioning. Does it meet a deep human need? Can it guide every decision in your business? Is it simple enough to explain in one sentence? If you removed your brand name, would the position still make sense? If you answered no to any of these, your position might need clarity. Finally, positioning isn't a model you create. It's a force you align with. Minds form associations and allocate mental territory whether you understand it or not. The question isn't, do customers know what we do? The question is, what do we own in their minds? When you align with this force, everything else, your strategy, messaging, go-to-market, hiring, execution, flows naturally. So, what space are you ready to claim?